Hey everybody, I am just doing my check-in for the week since I'm actually putting in the work now for losing weight. Which is why I started my channel 5 years ago anyway, was to document my weight loss. And as you know, if you've been here for a while, that journey has been nothing but a roller coaster. Lots of up, some downs. Man, I was looking back at some of my old videos and I was like, dang! I actually did make progress. And at the time, I remember just thinking oh, I'm never going to reach my goals. I was never happy, totally happy with where I was at because I always wanted to continue to make progress. And I'm like, I would trade in the body that I had then, or this body, for that one when I finally was in my groove and making progress for anything. Isn't it funny? Sometimes you just don't know what you have until you don't have it anymore. I just got back from physical therapy. I'm really excited to be back in physical therapy. Basically, pregnancy is hard on my body, and I have a lot of strength building to do with my hips. Basically, the way to describe it is that there's a lot of parts of my body that are so tight that it really prevents me from living life every day the way that I want to, walking. When I get out of my car, it's going to hurt like a mofo to stand up and walk getting out of my car because my hip flexor is going to be totally locked up. Which means that something else is really, really weak. That's why there's the tightness, is because I have weakness. So I'm working on that. I'm like, oh man, I am just full of weaknesses. This week showed me, holy crap, I cannot even fathom how many calories I have probably been eating overall, generally speaking, for the last year. So, one of the hard things about losing weight is that there's 1,000,001 ways to lose weight. There's 1,000,001 diets. There's 1,000,001 programs. There's Weight Watchers. There's keto. There's calorie counting. There's macro counting. And the thing is that they probably all work. It's just which one can you do for the longest period of time. And I think that is why I am forever a keto dropout. It's just not for me long term. Love Weight Watchers, but now that I have to really watch my carbs, it's I love the simplicity of Weight Watchers, and I love that no food is off limits, but I kind of feel like I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember who it was, but they were talking about how, trolls on Instagram will be yeah, but I have this condition, so I can't eat that way. For example, if they were talking about I don't know, the benefits of wheat, for example, let's use that. And somebody is trolling that post and it's but I can't eat that because it's going to cause, this because I have celiac disease. It's well, that post wasn't for you. And so Weight Watchers, although I love it, I kind of feel like it's not for me because I really need to be mindful of my carbs. But I love the simplicity. At one point, I loved the camaraderie of Weight Watchers. It's been a long time since I've been going to Weight Watchers, but I tried to just count points with my husband for a little while, and I found that I still just gravitated towards some of my bad eating habits. And let me tell you, I have a lot of them. Binging has always been my worst eating habit. Luckily, that's been under control a lot better the last little while. But I sometimes really like junk food and crappy food and overeating and eating at night. Well, wouldn't you know, I just decided to hack up a lung. don't even know where I'm going. Where was I going? I'm going to stand here so that the sun's not too bright. Can you see me? Can you see me? Because, you know, I don't have time to edit videos now. Okay. So, lots of bad eating habits. This week, or this last week, I did not lose any weight. I stayed exactly the same as last week. But I had many times where I had to confront the truth. I had to confront the demons. I had to confront how much overeating I was doing. And I kind of want to circle back around to what I was trying to get at, is that it's like, I can't criticize Weight Watchers because it's not necessarily for me. I can't criticize keto because it's just not quite necessarily for me. So I think that that's one of the hardest parts of trying to figure out, you know, what are you going to do? And who are you going to follow? Who are you going to look to for advice when you're trying to lose weight? Because I think that's as hard as developing those healthy habits sometimes. It's like, who do I listen to? Anyway, so I kind of have my program figured out after lots and lots of trial and error. Calorie counting and not eating wheat, which honestly, I hate that is something that I have to do to feel my best. But now that I've been incorporating wheat-free days versus days where I'm having like wheat and sugar and whatever, it's night and day. My energy is night and day. My mental clarity, it's night and day. And I'm to the point where I'm missing feeling good so much that I'm like, ugh, okay, the sacrifice is finally worth it. Before it's like, well, I feel like SHIT no matter what, so why care? The stress of trying to cut out certain foods or wheat or whatever caused way more stress and discomfort than it was worth it. But now I feel like I think it's kind of worth it. I think I'm ready to feel really good again. So anyway, did not lose any weight this week because I was still figuring out like, oh my gosh, if I like didn't track lunch and then I'm like tracking my calories at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I'm only over by like 400. And fine tuning what is sustainable. Like one day I had them way too low. I was way too hungry. Another day I like raised them a little bit and I was still just a little bit over. So, you know, because there's lots of different ways to calculate your calories. But the person that I really look to right now, if you're looking for somebody, is called Jordan Syatt, Syatt Fitness, Syatt. Find him on Instagram. He has a podcast and a YouTube channel. I just really like him. And the woman that he collaborates with, I can't even remember her name right now, but they have great podcasts all the time. So anyway, I have a huge appetite and I am working on that. Yeah, this week was just kind of like, oh my gosh, I eat so much food and it adds up so fast. It adds up so fast. But I made exercise a priority. I'm going to continue to make that a priority. I walked, I biked. It's great. I fixed my own mountain bike. I thought I was going to have to take it to a shop, but I fixed it. And this week, I'm really hoping, maybe even today, that I can take it out on a very easy trail. Anyway, that's my hope this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. I wish I could show you my garden, but you know what? That's probably going to be for another video. I've been gone to physical therapy for a while. I can actually hear my kids crying, so I'm going to go help Dan out and get on with the rest of my day. And my next check-in will be Sunday or Monday, about a week from now. So love you guys. Bye.